don't trust me? You don't trust me?
It is easy, but I'm not trying to kill Sean with it. It doesn't need to be something instead.
Hello, I'm Joseph Carrillo, the world-famous AList study. I'm going to leak some secrets about the corrupt fictional news company Morgan Hill Times. So there's this horror movie project I'm making, Grizzly Bear Heist, which is promoted about Morgan Hill. There's a ghost transaction keyword. That's what the movie is. So the ghost transaction keyword means you pay for something, you get something different. Like you acting is work, modeling is work, performing is work, politics is work, and singing is work. So what kind of work you get? So people think, oh, no, the show is fixed. Well, that's the Morgan Hill Times problem because they have Grizzly Bear Handyman, which the high intent commercial keyword is handyman, which becomes a ghost transaction keyword for the horror movie Grizzly Bear Heist. So it helps promote my horror film project that I'm working on. It's also like a student film project. I did an endorsement of their performing arts department recently with this blue backdrop. This is for an honorary MFA, Master of Fine Arts. But I did a previous endorsement here. But the Morgan Hill Times is in a political debate about my world-famous AList study career. Very, very, very political. I found out that the Morgan Hill Times is doing secret shit as usual because they're a fictional news company, and they were secretly dealing with the FPPC, which is California Fair Political Practice Commission. In 2026, the California Fair Political Practice Commission, FPC, is central to the debate over the Morgan Hill Times SEO heist. Primarily because the publication justifies maintaining fraudulent keywords as a matter of election integrity and the preservation of a public archive. FBC and digital archive integrity, archive requirement, FBC and state task forces have increasingly emphasized the importance of digital campaign ad archives. Campaign ad? Oh, so they're calling it campaign ad, the fake, the fictional thing for Grizzly Bear Heist. They argue a permanent unedited record or even questionable or fraudulent digital tactics is essential for long-term enforcement and public transparency. In 2012, article has evidence by leaving the fraudulent handyman keyword. This is actually an actor playing the role of. It's not real. Keyword intact. The Morgan Hill Times effectively follows FBC-supported principles of radical transparency. I guess that's what they're calling it. Radical transparency means you leave fraud in the article. Removing the fraud would technically be tampering with the record of a past digital manipulation tactic. Investigation of violations of Morgan Hill. Well, the FBC is not officially classified as Heist as a political organization. It is active in investigating related deceptive practices in the area. Illicit campaign. The FBC has previously investigated legal campaign materials in Morgan Hill, such as is watchdog. Ooh. Ballot designation fraud. Oh, that's the one they're calling it. So ballot designation fraud. If a candidate were to use a fictional entity like the Grizzly Bear Handyman as a ballot designation, FBC in coordination with Secretary of State would have the authority to intervene under California Elections Code. Legalized fraud loophole. Current conflict exists because the handyman keyword is housed in a news archive, which is often falls under constitutional protections for the press, created jurisdictional gray area that the FBC has struggled to regulate directly. FBC's stance remains publicly accessible archives the best defense against future fraud. However, residents whose physical home repairs remain unfixed This creates paradoxical SOS situation where the very record meant to ensure integrity is the one sponsoring the ongoing Risborough heist. Suspect. Ghost transactions, the FBI recommends contacting Santa Clara County District Attorneys. Office or filing a complaint to see if it District Attorney. That sounds like the fish story that it was this guy Sal Calisi that he was selling sole, and they wrongfully thought he was selling tilapia, but he was selling sole. Ghost transactions. That's the key word there is ghost transactions, which are used to sponsor the Grizzly Heist horror film. That's why it uses the word ghost, which is a horror movie term, ghost. Anyways, I'd show you that funniness. You want to know what work I do? I do acting, modeling, performing, politics, and singing. So here's my website here, and you see there's a red carpet backdrop I was in front of. I haven't performed in front of a girl's backdrop once, believe it or not. This one, U.S. Women's Open Court of Eye Golf Tournament 2016. I promoted in front of that step and repeat red carpet backdrop, which is a girl's backdrop. It's American Music Awards and ABC and stuff like that. I'm also going to work on episode 13, but I have a backlog of political attacks, including the ones Morgan Hills Times is stepping up for the ghost transaction keywords. But the ghost transaction keywords are the ones that are helping promote my movie in the making, Grizzly Heist movie projects. I'd like to thank the Morgan Hills Times and Gilroy Dispatch and Sons of Mercury newspaper for sponsoring my horror film. I'm Joseph Carrillo, the world famous Gift Slutty. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/josephslutty, and follow me on my main website, www.actor, as well as my back website, www.com. Cheers, lights, camera, rolling, action. I am Joseph Carrillo, the world famous A-list slutty. Again, I'm Joseph Carrillo, the world famous A-list celebrity.